Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hare Om. Good afternoon and welcome to the second session of this Weekend with Wisdom on Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. Namaste, Professor Prabhuji. Welcome back for the program. So, in the morning session, Professor Prabhu gave a quick but comprehensive overview of the text. And in this session, he will be picking up some themes and delving a little bit deeper. So he will be touching upon the themes he already spoke in the morning, but he will be sharing some more details, some more deeper aspects of the text. So with this, please, Prabhuji, please go ahead and start the session.
All right. Good afternoon, friends. So, in the morning, we have just covered very quickly the text of Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. Now we will delve deeper. The Yoga Tatwa Upanishad is belonging to the Yajur Veda, Yajushiya Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. There are many mantras in the Yajur Veda dealing with the Yoga Shastra, like Yunjate Manauta, Yunjate Dhiyo, Vipra Viprasya Brahataha Vipaschitaha, Vihotravare Vaina Videka, in Mahi Devasya Savitu Parishtutihi. Like this mantra from the Yajur Veda Samhita talks of Yuj Dhatu, Yunjate. We join our minds, our intellects. Yunjate Mana, uta Yunjate Dhiyo. Vipra, who joins? Vipra, the knowledgeable people, join their minds and intellects with Viprasya, Brahataha Vipaschitaha, with the most knowledgeable, the largest, that is Supreme Being, Ishvara, Vihotravahe Vainavadeka Idmahi Devasya Savituhu Parishtutihi, the radiant like sun and divine power, same thing as Gayatri Mantra, Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So the joining aspect is root Yuj, which is used in the Yajur Veda, and Yoga Tatwa Upanishad is of much later origin and later linguistic characteristics than Yajur Veda proper, but is an attached Upanishad to the Yajur Veda. So it talks about the detailed processes and procedures involved in the joining of the mind, that is Yoga, Yoga Shastra. So Yoga Tatwa. So Yoga Tattvam Pravakshyami Yoginam Hitakamya Yat Shrutva Cha Patitva Cha Sarva Papai Pramuchyate. So by reading which and by hearing which you will be purified from all sins. So Brahma goes and asks Vishnu Nama Mahayogi, Mahabhuto Mahatapa, Tattvamarge Yathadipo, Drishyate Purushottamaha. He is like a beacon, light beacon in the Tattva Marga, that is the enlightenment path. And Tamaraja Jagannatham Pranipatya Pitamaha, Brahma the Pitamaha, performed a prostration, Pranipatya, Saprapacha Yoga Tattvam Me Brohija Ashtanga Samyutam. O Lord, explain me the Yoga Tattva, that is the nature and essence and philosophy of yoga, made up of the 8 angas, the Ashtanga Yoga. We all think usually that Patanjali is the originator of Ashtanga Yoga. He is not. He is just a compiler, and Ashtanga Yoga existed way before him. If you look at the chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Prahu Manurikshvakave Bravit Evam Parampara Praptamimam Rajarshayo Vidu Sakale Neva Mahata Yogo Nashta Parantapa. So right from the beginning of creation, the yoga system was in vogue. It was taught to various people like Brahma in the context of the Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. It was taught to Surya in the context of the Bhagavad Gita statement, and then down the line to us till today. So the question which is asked by Brahma to explain the Yoga Tattva, the answer was given, Tamuvacha Hrishikeshaha Vakshyami Srunu Tattvataha Sarve Jiva Sukhai Dukkhai Maya Jalina Veshtitaha. Now Vishnu is replying, all living beings, they are engulfed, submerged in the ocean of the net of Maya. So everything is within Maya. Tesham Muktikaram Margam Maya Jala Nikruntanam. There is a method of cutting down that net of Maya. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Nasinam Mrityu Tarakam. That which can destroy the miseries of birth, life, and death and old age. It is not said your death will be removed, by old age will be removed, but the misery will be removed. Nana margais to dushprabam kaivalyam paramam palam. So it is not easy to get that kind of knowledge, which is going to lead to kaivalya. As you know, in the Yoga Sutras, we have a kaivalya pada. Patita shastra jaleshu prajnaya tena mohitaha. Those who are caught up in the nets of shastras, they are caught up and lost in the net. Then they are being deluded with their own prajna. Anivvacha padam vaktum vasakyam tai suraidra. That anirvacha, the undescribable experiential state, is not possible to be spoken about even by the devatas. Surairapi. Swatma prakashurupam tat kim shastrena prakashyate. No shastra can actually explain the self shining which is made up of knowledge and light. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Nishkalam Nirmalam Shantam Sarvatitam Niravayam. That which is transcending everything, which is pure, extremely pure, fully pure. Tadeva Jiva Rupena Punyavapayal Phalavratam Paramadmapadam Nityam Tat Katham Jivitam Gatam Sarva Bhavana Bhavatpadatitam Jnana Rupam Niranjanam Varivat Spiritam Tasmin Tatra Ahankruti Stuttita. So from the pure Parabrahman Paramatma Om, how this Jivatva, individuality, came out. Kamam Krodham Bhayam Chapi. Panchatmakam Abhuts. So in the first pure level of Paramatma, Tasmin Tatra Ahankriti Ruthida. First Ahankara arose. And from Ahankara, the Panchabhutatmaka Pinda Dhatubadha Gunatmaka Sukhai Dukkhai Samayuktaha Jiva Bhavanaya. So the Jiva is attached to the Ahankara, with Sukha and Dukkha. Tena Jiva Vida Prokta Vishuddhe Paramatmani. So one so-called Jiva has erupted out of the pure Paramatma, ocean of Paramatma. Kama Krodham Bhayam Chavi Moha Lobham Maya. So all the usual problems of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Bhaya, Mada, Raja, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Janma, Mrityu, Karpanyam, Shoka, Standra, Ikshudhatrupa, Trishna, Lajja, Bhayam, Sukham, all these usual things which we are experiencing. Hunger, thirst, shame, fear, sorrow, Vishado, melancholy, Harshamevacha, excitement, elation. Ye vidhi doshair vinirmuktaha sajiva kevalom. If there is a jiva who is freed from all these things, he is kevala. He is already liberated. If it is so. Tasmat dosha vinashardham upayam katham. So how to remove these doshas which are engulfing the jiva? Yogahinam katham jnanam mokshadam bhavati dhruvam. Yogo hi jnanahinastu nakshamo moksha karmani. So jnana is that is Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, to realize yourself to be the one and the same as Parabrahman. He is jnana, and that jnana is the only way to get moksha, liberation. And without yoga, that jnana will not come. And if there is a yoga without jnana, that yoga is also no good, no use. Tasmat jnanam cha yogam cha mumukshu dridham abhyaset. So mumukshus, those who are interested in moksha, they shall pursue both jnana and yoga. So this is the crucial point, because normally the Vedantic parlance, you simply get some theoretical jnana by reading Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. Then you will become liberated like that. Is it really so? It is not so, because you have to get the true jnana, which is self-realization within yourself, not by just reading and hearing. Jnanadev vimucya, jnanaswarupamevado jnanam jneka sadhanam. Jnatam yena nijam rupam kaivalyam paramam padam. So through jnana, that is realization of your true nature as Brahman, not as Jiva. Yogo hi bhavdha Brahman bhijyate vyavhartaha. So that process of reaching jnana is called yoga, and in practice it is having many versions or names: mantra yoga, laya yoga, raja yoga, arambha yoga, ghata yoga, hatha yoga, and so on. So etesham lakshanam brahman vakshe srinu samahitah. Now what is mantra yoga? Matrukayudam mantram dvadashabdam prayojit kramena bandhate kramena labhate jnanam animadi gunanvitam. So if you perform mantra sadhana, mantra japa sadhana, of course given by the guru, the appropriate mantra for you, it will lead to jnana along with siddhis after about 12 years. Kramena labhate jnanam animadi gunanvitam alpa buddhirimam yogam sevate sadhakadhama laya yoga Chittalayah Kotisha Parikitaha. So much higher than that is Laya Yoga, that is absorption. Samadhi kind of absorption. Gachan Tishtan Tasamsanjan Jayat Nishkala Vishwaram. All the times, doing anything and everything, you are absorbed in the Ananyas Chintayam Tomam Yajana Pariyupaste. Tesham Nitya Bhiktanam Yogakshi. So that absorption in the Lord while doing anything and everything. Eva Laya Yoga Syad Hatha Yoga. This is Laya Yoga and now Hatha Yoga. Yamas Niyamas Asanam Prana Samyamam Pratyahara Dharana Dhyanam Bhumajjame Harim Samadhi Samatavastha Ashtanga Yoga Uchyate. So Yamas, Niyamas, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Samadhi is Samatavastha, a state of equilibrium or equanimity. Mahamudra, Mahabandho, Mahavedascha Kechari, Jalandharo, Dhyanaschya, Mulabandhastadeva. So in the Hatha Yoga, we have the bandhas, Jalandhara bandha. In the Yoga Taravali also it is said, Jalandharo Dhyanana Mula Bandhan, Jalpanti Kanthodara Pari Mulan, Bandhatrayasmin Parichiyamane, Bandhakuto Daruna Kala Pashat. So the three bandhas and together is Mahabandha. Similarly, we have Mahamudra, another one, Mahavedha, that is on Padmasana, you jump up and fall down. And Dirgha Pranavasandhanam, long Om. And Siddhanta Sravanam Param, Vajroli cha Amaroli cha, Sahajoli tatha, Eteham Lakshmanam Brahman, Pratyekam Srunutat. So among the rules, yamas means rules. Laghu aharo, eating light. Mukhyaha, eko mukhyaha, bhavati netaraha. Ahimsa niyamesh eka mukhya. And other rules comprise of ahimsa, satyam, and the usual yama niyamas. Siddham, among the asanas, siddham, padmam, tadha, simham, bhadram, cheti, chatushtayam. 4 asanas are mentioned as static poses, but there are many other asanas. We know they are dynamic. And there will be a lot of obstructions in the beginning of the sadhana. Prathama kale tu vigna sujayata alasyam, that is being lazy. Prathanam dhurta goshti, argumentative or ferocious and rowdy type of arguments. Dhatu strilaulakadi, mrugatrishnamaya, jnatva, and running after females. Jnatva sudhirete sarvan vignan punya prabhavataha. So all these are obstructions. But if a person practices the asanas, then he will come to the next level, that is pranayama. Pranayamam tatah kuryat padmasana swaya. So pranayama is best practiced on padmasana. I have also practiced on padmasana for many, many years. Sushobhanam matham kuryat. Now for practicing this yoga abhyasa, a matham is explained with a small door and sukshma dwaram tu nirvranam sushtisaptam gomayena savapratnatah and matkunaischakailuka, without mosquitoes and bugs. Dive samrishtam samarjana visheshta, getting cleaned up every day with the gomayam and sugandhena bhushitam guguladibhi natyuchitam nati nicham, neither too high nor too low. Evam kulajana kushottaram, sitting on an asana, kushasana or ajina, that is, you know what it is. Tatropadishya medhavi padmasana samanmitaha rujukaya pranjalischa praname ishtadevata. In the padmasana, perform namaskaram to ishtadevata, who could be Shiva or it could be Vishnu or whosoever it is. Then pranayama, that is, breathe in through the left. Yadhashakti nirodhecha. So first breathe in through tato dakshinahastasya angulenaiva pingalam nirudhya purayed vayu yadayatu sanaihi yadhashakti nirodhena. Left nostril for breathing in, holding it, kumbhaka, and then breathing out the right nostril, again breathing through right nostril, holding it, and breathing out the left nostril. Yayachijet purayed dhare avarohasa janu pradakshina kritya adrutam vilamidanguli spotram kuryat samatra pariyate. The number of units, that is 4 seconds with watch, we were doing 4 seconds inhalation and 4 seconds exhalation, and after some time we include retention also, and go on increasing the 4 seconds to 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 6, like this, and the ultimate ratio is 1:4:2. That is 16 seconds inhalation, 64 seconds retention, 32 seconds exhalation. All this is to be learned from a guru in person. It's not possible to learn from books, though they are explaining how it is done. But I have gone through the actual physical process, which you also can go through your own guru if you find one. I also teach. Those who are interested can get in touch with me also. So when you reach 16, 64, 32, 128, you will get the Keval Kumbhakastin. Before that, you will get Svedana, Kampana, Utthana. There is a lot of sweat will come out, and then a lot of vibrations on the chakras will happen. Then there will be levitation also. And all this has been explained here. And by doing this Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, evam masa trayabhyasa Nadi Shuddha Tato Bhavet. Within 3 months, the Nadi Shodhana can happen. Of course, sometimes it may take years together. Yadha tu nadi shuddhi syat tada chinnhani ja vahyata jayante yogine. They can see the indications of nadi shuddhi. Sharira laghuta, become very light and very agile. And deepti, jadhara agni vivarthana, good hunger and appetite. Vrishatvam cha sharirasya, thin body. Tada jayate nisyam. Yoga vigna karaharam vajjayed yoga vistaraha. We should avoid food which is going to be objectionable or obstructive in the yoga system. Saltish or sour, bitter, hot, strong, pungent, and there's a big list given here. And also the lifestyle, fastings, early morning cold water baths in winters and all that is to be prevented. And then what should be eaten? Godhuma, Mutgala Sannam, Yoga Vruddhikaram, Yogi Vruddhikaram, Kshirajya Bhojanam, Tatak Param Yadheshchantu, Shaktisad Jaradute, Deshtaranad Vayus. So, by following the food restrictions and the pranayama practice, it is possible to reach Kevala Kumbhaka after Sahita Kumbhaka. Kevale Kumbhake Siddhi, Rejapura Vivarjite. Kevala Kumbhaka means automatically breath stops, there is no inhalation, no exhalation. Natasya Durlabham Kinchit Trishu Lokesh Vichite, Prasvedo Jayate Purvakam, Madhanam Tena Karayat, Tatopi Dharana Dvayo, Kramene Vachane Chane, Kafo Bhaut Dehasya, Apasandhasya Dena, Tato Adhikatara Abhyasat, Dharunat, Svera Bhavet. So sweat to be massaged back and Padmasana Sthitayo Yadagachati Bhutale, levitation will happen. All these are not cock and bull stories, they actually happen. I have gone through all these things happening. Tato adhikatara abhyasat bhumityagasya jayate. In levitation, padmasanasthape evasa bhumi utsrijya vartate atimanusha chesthadi. Then the powers, occult powers, capability of occult powers starts. Darshayet sanu darshanam vidyastaram sarpam va bahuda dukham yogi navajji alpamutra purishasya swalpanidrasya. The sleep will be reduced and the excretions will be reduced. Of course, you need to have a guru to induct you into all this and monitor. Otherwise, you will not get anywhere. In fact, you may land in trouble. And once the yogi reaches the higher levels, he gets siddhis, he'll be able to bhucharanam kshaye jaya kshamaha vyagro va sharabho va gajo va gavaye va simho va yoginam viyante hastataditaha kandarpasya dharupam tadasya yogina tadrupavasya galarya kankshante. And he looks like Mara, Manmadha, and all the females will run behind him. They want to enjoy sex with him and get children. But if he falls down to them, then he loses his standard. And he gets good smell out of his body. Tato rahasya vishishta pranavam pradamatraya japet purvajitanam tu papanam nashayatave. So chant Omkara. Pruta means 3 seconds. Om, like that. But long Oms are chanted in the yoga sessions, as I showed in the morning. And then there is a Ghatavastha, Pavanabhyasa Tatra, Pranapanu, Manobuddhi, Jivatma, Paramatma Yoga. So in the Ghatavastha, Jivatma, Paramatma, some yoga will start happening. Anyonyasya Anjavadhini, Ekata Ghatavastha, Ghatavastha Chaprokta, Tachinhani Mrupa. What are the indications? पूर्वं व्याकृतोऽभ्यास चतुर्धांशं परिगृहे दिवाय दिवा सायं यावमात्रं समुभ्यसेत् एकवारं प्रतिदिनं कुर्यात् केवलकुम्भकम्. So the Kevala Kumbhaka stage will come. Indriyani Indriyadhebhyo yat Pratyaharanam Sputam. Then automatically Pratyahara will happen. That is withdrawing of the senses from their objects. Yogi Kumbhakamasthaya Pratyahara. Yajat Pasyat Chakshudbhayam Tattadatmeti Bhavayet. So he will start realizing that whatever is there outside him is also himself. So, though there are multiple selves appearing, the self is one and the same. यद्यत् शृणोति कर्णाभ्यां तत्तद् आत्मेति भावयेत् लभते नामया यद्यत् तत्तद् आत्मेति भावयेत् जिह्वा यद्यत् लभते तत्तद् आत्मेति भावयेत् त्वचा यद्यत् स्मृते. So through the five senses, whatever is contacted is to be realized to be yourself. एवं ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणां तत्तत् सौख्यं तु भावयेत्. याममात्रं प्रतिदिनं योगी यत्नात् अतन्त्रितः यथा वा चित्तसामर्थ्यं जायते योगिनो दूरस्य दूरदृष्टिक्षणात् दूरागमस्तथा. So occult powers, special miraculous powers will start coming at a higher level. Vak siddhi, whatever he says will turn out to be real. Kama rupatvam, you can take any form he likes. Adrishya karani, and all these yoga siddhas, but eta vigha mahasiddhe, they are all obstructions. One should not fall for them. Sudar sadarshya samadhyam yasya kasya abhyogya. Yadha mudho yadha murkho. So he will remain very silent and very appear misleadingly as a foolish person, as an innocent person, and the world will not bother. Otherwise, everybody will run to him and they'll try to disturb him. Because all these disciples, Sishyascha, Sasvakaryeshu, Prardhayantana Samshayaha, they'll come and beg for fulfilling their own desires of their own worldly life. Tattat karma karavyagrasvabhyase vismrito. By involving them, he will forget his own sadhana. Avismritya guror vakyam abhyaset taraha harnisham. So he should forget about these sishyas approaching him and solving their problems. Instead, he should focus on his own sadhana, as told by Guru. Evam bhavet ghatavastha. Then he will reach ghatavastha. Tatata abhyasa yogat, santata abhyasa yogataha. Anabhyasadhascheva vridha goshthyana siddhit. This is a whole yoga system is based on abhyasa. Abhyasa surairanubhuyamana. Samstambhita shvasavana prachara. Sajrumbhate kevala kumbhakasri. In Yoga Taravali also, by the practice only, these higher levels can be achieved. Yogamev tadabhyasa tata paricayavastha jayate abhyasa yogatah. वायु परिचितो यत्नाद् अग्निना समकुण्डली भावयित्वा सुषुम्नायां प्रविशेन निरोधे वायुना सह चित्रं भवेत् महाप्र यस्य चित्तं स्वपवनं सूक्ष्मं प्रवितेति भूमिरापो अनलो वायु आकाशश्चेत् पंचकम् येषु पंचदेहानां धारणा. Now coming to the dharana stage. So the panchabhutas are being used for dharana. So in the body there are 5 parts belonging to the panchabhutas. So first one, Padadi Januparyantam Prithvi Sthanam Uchate, from feet up to the knee. And Prithvi Chaturasram, Pitavarnam, Lavarnakam, Lam Bijam is the Bijakshra, and it is a square diagram of the Tantra Shastra, and it is yellow color. Pardhive Vayu Maropya, by focusing the prana on the lower part of the body, and Lankaren Samanvitam with the Bijakshra Lam. Dhyayam Chaturmukhakaram, Chaturvaktram Hiranmayam. So 4-faced Brahma type of Adhisthana Devata. Dharayet Panchaghatika Prithvi Jayam Apniyat. If there is a dharana for 5 hours, that is Panchaghatika, then you will reach Siddhi of Prithvi Jayam. So once Prithvi Jayam is achieved, Prithvi Yogato Mrityurna Bhavet, death will not come. Anya Yogina Ajalo Pariparyantam Apam Sthanam Prakirtitam. From the knees up to the reproductive organs, it is called the Apa area. Apo Ardhachandra Shuklaha. It is half circle and it is white, the chakra, and Vam Bijam. Bijakshra is Vam, and Varune Vayumaropya Vakarena Samanvitam. Smaran Narayanam Devam. Narayana, itself, the word itself means he is in the waters. Chaturbahum Kiritinam. Venkateshwara is also Narayana. So you visualize that and meditate. Shuddha Spatika Sankasham, like a pure crystal. Pitavasanam, wearing Pitambaram. Dharayet Panchaghatika Sarva Papai Pramuchyate. 5 hours, if you can meditate like that, you will be liberated from all sins. Tato Jalad Bhayam Nasti. No fear from water. Jale Mrityurna Vidyate. And you will not die in water. Apayo Apayod Hridayantantu Vahnisthanam. So from the reproductive organs to the heart level, that is Vahnisthana, that is Agni Sthana. Vahni Trikona Raktam, it is triangular. Cha Refakshamadhuram. Vanhochal Nirovsya Refakshasamujvalam. Triyaksham Varadam Rudram. So 3-eyed Rudra to be meditated upon. Tarunaditya Sandham, radiant like young sun. Bhasmodhutir Sarvangam, full of bhasma on his body. Suprasanna Manusmaran. Remember and visualize that and meditate on that. Dharayet Panchaghatika, 5 hours. Vanhina so ahyate, nadahyate sariram. After that, the body will not burn in fire. Even if you walk through Agni Kundas, Ahridayan Bhuvor Madhyam, from the chest up to the eyes, Vayusthanam Prakirtam, Vayu Shatkorakam Krishnam, the hexagonal and black. Yakarakshara Bhasram, Ya is the bija. Marutam Marutam Sthane, Prani Pranam Samahita, Dharayet Tatra, Sarvajnam Ishwaram Vishwatomkham. So, Sarvajna Ishwara is the Dhisthana Devata to meditate. Dharayet Panchaghatika, Vayuvat Yomago Bhavet. If you reach that siddhi, you'll be able to travel in sky. Maranam natu vayopayam bhavate yoginaha. Abhrumadhyat murdhantam. So above the bhrumadhya, rise to the top of the head. Akash sthanam uchyate. Yomaruttancha dhumrancha hakarakshan. Ha is the bijam. Akashe vayumaropya hakaropari shankaram. Shankara is to be visualized. Bindurupam Mahadevam Vyomakaram Sadashivam is like Akasha Aham. You know, you have seen that Iswaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheta Vyomavat Vyapta Rupaya. That is Shankara is like sky, is spread everywhere. Sadashivam Suddha Spadika Sankasham Dhrutabalendu Shobhanam Dhrutabalendu Shekharam Panchavaktratam Saumyam Dashabahum Trilochanam Sarvayudhai Dhrutagaram Sarvabhushana Bhushitam Umardhadeham Varadam Sarvakarana Karakam. So Uma Ardhadeham Akash Dharanastasya Kecharitvam Bhavet. Dharana on that for many hours will result in Kecharatva. You are able to move in the sky. Yatra kutra sthito vapi sukhamatchandam ashnute. And he will always be enjoying pleasure, happiness wherever he is. Evancha dharanam pancha kurya yogi vichakshanaha. So the 5 dharanas the yogi is to be practiced. Tato dhras sharirasya mrityustasya na vidyate. He will have strong body and death will not touch him. Tato dhras brahmana pralaye vapi nasidati maham. As yogi who has succeeded in all these 5 will not die even in pralaya time. Mahamatihi samabhyaset tadha dhyanam ghatika mashmev cha vayum nirujya chakashe devata mishramati sagunam dhyanam etat syat animadi gunam nirguna dhyana yuktasya samadhischa tato bhavet. So with saguna dhyana you will get siddhis, anima, the ashta siddhis. With the nirguna dhyana you will get samadhi. Dinadvadashvekena samadhim samapniyat. So in 12 days you can achieve samadhi. After this, Vayum nirujya medhavi jivan mukto bhavatyayam samadhi samatavastha. So in samadhi, there is an equanimity situation. Jivatma paramatmayo samad samatavastha. So you become paramatma. You are no more just jivatma. Yadi swadeham utsrushtu uchade srijet swayam parabrahmaniye tasyo utkrantramyate. If he wants he can leave the body and merge into Paramatma. Adhachotsvamutristam swasariram priyam vidhi sarvalokeshu. Otherwise, he wants to have the body. He can have the body and move around in various lokas. Adachitsvinya. Devo bhutva swarge mahiyate. Or he can be a deva in the swarga and be there enjoying. Manushyo vapi. He can be Manusha if you want, or Yaksho va. Swechaya pikshanat bhave. That capacity will come. Simho vyagro gajo va asvesvechaya bahutavya yadheshtamev tante yadva yogi maheshwaraha. So these are all very high level siddha stages. Abhyasa bhedato bhedaha phalantu samameva hi parshvim vamasya padasya yonisthaniyo prasari dakshinam shubhukam. So he's now explaining some special techniques. So how to practice various advanced techniques, Mahabandha, Mahamudra, Jalandhara Bandha, Udyana Bandha. I've explained to you already previously. And so the properties of a body like that is Alpahara, eating less, and digestion very fast. Adhashiro Urdhapadaksh. This is Viparita Karani being explained. That is lifting the legs into an inverted pose in an angle towards, say, instead of right angle in the Sarvangasana, it is right angle, but in Viparita Karani, it is like this. Instead of sitting in that position for a long time, at least for a few minutes every day, Viparita Karani, you can become young. Even white hair can become black if you do it regularly. Of course, not otherwise. Then Vajroli, Amaroli, these are all secret practices. Tato bhaved Raja Yoga Nantara bhavati. So this after Hatha Yoga comes the Raja Yoga, which is for moksha. Yada to Raja Yogena ye sunna yovikriya tada viveka vairagyam jayate yogino dhruvam Vishnu. So viveka vairagya will result in moksha. Vishnur nama mahayogi mahabhuto mahatapas tattvamarge yatha dipo drishyate purushottama. Yastanaso purvapetastvam nishpijam uchte yasmad jnato bharat purvam tasminneva bhavyad. Ya matana punar bharya ya bhai. So this is what Vishnu told Brahma, and now the life cycle is being explained. Father becomes son, son becomes father, and life one after the other. Yoni janman kritva lokantam asmite. So many lives may happen, and many lokas can be reached. Trayo lokas, trayo veda, trisandhya. The number 3 is very important. 3 lokas, 3 vedas before other Veda came out, and 3 sandhyas, traya shakti, trayo agnis, and yet trigunas, ta sarve trayakshre. Trayanam aksharanam, that is akara, ukara, makara, is onkara, yo adhite vyardham aksharam, tena sarvamidam protam tat satyam tat paramam padam. Pushpa madhye yadha gandham, payo madhye yadha kritam, tila madhye yadha tailam, pashaneshva, pavikam, hridisthane sthitam padmam. So the essence of your heart, the heart lotus, tasya vaktra madhomukam, urdhanala madhovindam tasya madhye sthitam mana. Akare rechitam padmam, mukare ne vidyate, makare lavite nadam, ardhamatrantu nischala. That is Omkara explained. This, so thus Padika Sankasam, Nishkalam Papanasham, like a pure crystal without any impurities, by practicing the meditation on that with Om, Labhate Yoga Yuktatma Purushastha Paramam Padam. Finally, it is to achieve the Paramapada, Paramapurusha, that is for moksha. Kurmasvapanipadadi Krischatani Dharayet. Evam Dwareshu Sarveshu Vayupuratarechitaha Nishidhantu Navadvari Urdhapanishwansaha Ghatamajye Dhadipo Nivata Kumbhakampan Nishidhaina Vidware Nichadeni Rupadrave Nischidam Swatma Matrena Vasishtham Yoga Sevaya Upanishad. So in the Yoga Seva, Yoga's Ananda being established in the own self, he will reach the Paramatma stage and therefore moksha. So we have completed the Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. Now we can have a discussion.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, so uh, the entire physical processes involved, procedures involved in the Yoga Abhyasa, in the Pranayama, in the Bandhas, in the Mudras, even the Asanas, and Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, all have been explained.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Prabhuji, I had one question as we were discussing. What is the place of certain uh, partly yogic, partly tantric practices such as Vajroli, etc.? Are they necessary for what is its place or function in spiritual path?
No, they're avoided usually. They're secret,
Mhm.
and they are usually not available
For common public.
for access for anybody. Very rarely anybody teaches,
Mhm.
but
But
all other things are available.
But all these various, I'm not just Vajrolipat, but other things also. These are all part of Hatha Yoga texts, Hatha Yoga Sampradaya, if I am not wrong. So they must serve a particular purpose, right? In Deha Shuddhi or something related to that.
You mean this Ajroli and Amroli?
Yes, all those things. Yeah.
No, they are related to the sexual organs. That's why they are kept secret and not available.
Mhm.
But all other practices are very common.
Do we
Uh,
find these in the Yoga Upanishad texts also, or
just now we have read out now. They have described
yeah?
those
But
techniques.
not uh, even Vajroli techniques, do they describe in detail?
Yes, just
Oh,
now they described. But then again, it boils down to having
oh, Guru.
real practice learning from the guru. Otherwise, just by reading, even none of the yoga techniques described in this text or other text can be practiced without a guru.
Mm.
Because even a simple asana also you cannot practice without a guru, because you may end up doing wrongly, or you may get pain, or you may even get a fracture or some such thing. In my own case, I followed the book first, Pranayama. I did
Aha.
on my own when I was very young boy in a big ground, and then my lungs started getting damaged, and
Oh,
I could not even breathe. So finally, I went to a guru, and he taught me in the right way. So it's very dangerous to practice on your own. If you practice, there are people who have gone mad. There are people who have died. There are people who got health issues, serious health issues. So it is very important that you don't practice anything on your own, even by looking at internet or by books and all those things. Because what they don't tell in those places is what are the mistakes you will be doing. So if they say, okay, keep your right leg on the left and left leg on the right, that's over. Padmasana is told in half a sentence. But then I found that people cannot keep even one leg, let alone both legs. So when I ask them to do Padmasana, they find it very difficult. And so modern yoga teachers, they broke Padmasana into 4, 5 different postures. Just keep leg halfway like this, then a little bit more. Like each one step, one asana separate. And so that is the fate of Padmasana itself, which is a basic asana. And there are many, many asanas which are very advanced. But unfortunately, the other extreme is also not correct. I've been to institutions like Patabi Joyce and in Mysore. They made the whole thing into a gymnastics exercise, and which is not the purpose. The purpose is spiritual. And the people who come to learn yoga from abroad, especially, they are not uh, having the right background for spiritual development. They may be indulging in drugs, or they may be eating beef and drinking, and very commonly. These are very common things, but to be vegetarian is something impossible in the rest of the world, outside India, outside South India, or outside India. So, without the proper background, if they learn yoga as a gymnastics and then go and teach the same thing in their own countries, that's what has been happening all these years. So, the yoga teachers trained in India by the gurus and institutions, they lack the appropriate cultural background or the samskaras or even the character orientation, and then they will teach the same things to their own countrymen in their countries. The whole thing becomes totally weird and wild, if not diluted and divergent. So that has been the fate of yoga system. So if you look at the Yoga Upanishads, take any one of these 108 Upanishads, they're aiming at moksha, self-realization, and reaching. You pick up randomly any Upanishad and read. They will say it is for moksha, it is for self-realization, and nowhere it is materialistic. And in the only big, very popular attraction for yoga system are the siddhis. So the powers which people get if they really achieve that level. I also had a few siddhis, a little bit, but my guru had much higher siddhis. But then if you are running after them, if you use them for impressing others, then you lose your own standard and you'll collapse. And that's why the siddhis are obstructions. Though there are great siddhas who may operate without body also, like Bade Dhuniwala of Khandwa, he changed 6 times the bodies, Parakaya
Mm.
Pravesh. So finally, everybody thought he is playing a prank on them when his dead body was found. So he appeared apparently in the police station and told them, my dead body is at the so and so location, and I really left that body. You go and do the Panchanama and all that. So that kind of powers, they could appear without body to police station and policemen. And so that kind of Siddha Purushas existed. Now I don't know whether such people exist, but in the past there are a large number of, in fact, every other location we had Siddha Purushas, yogis having powers and traveling in sky and curing diseases and even making gold and all kinds of things in the past, long past. So in Kali Yuga, the standards go down the drain, and the yoga system itself in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, he makes a very important comment that this yoga system, if it is published and publicized, prakasha, then it will lose its power. And the more secret it is, more confidential it is, the more powerful it will be. The simple reason is, as it is publicized as today, the quality and standards fall down very, very badly to the low levels, and everything and anything will carry away as yoga. And that is what has been happening. Yoga is the most popular thing in the whole globe. You go to any country, you will find yoga teachers who hardly know what is the real yoga system. They know a few asanas. And so the again, Hatha Yoga is a word sometimes misunderstood and used in a lower manner. So that is a wrong understanding. Ha and Tha refer to the Ida and Nadi and Pingala Nadi. So balancing these two is Hatha Yoga, which is same as Raja Yoga. In fact, Yoga Taravali, sorry, Yoga Hatha Yoga Pradipika makes it clear, without Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga will be not possible. And without Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga is only body level. So both are together. So Hatam Vina Raja, Raja Vina Hatha are meaningless. So yoga as a whole, it includes Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga both. Of course, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga are kept aside, they are separate. Karma Yoga, they are separate. But the yoga proper, Hatha Yoga and Raja Yoga are combined together and they are integrated. And the what I found in the world is that those who teach yoga, I am the oldest yoga teacher in Andhra and Telangana together. And almost all the yoga teachers are my juniors. They learned from my own teacher, and they are there in all the districts. We have yoga association centers and all that. So they are all teaching what they have learned from my teacher. But usually, in general, The yoga teachers, like Ramdev produces a large number of yoga teachers who attended a 10-day camp and 15-day camp. That's not the way you can become a yoga teacher. You require years and years of practice and with the own guru who himself has learned from another guru. So lighter weight yoga teachers are large in number. And nowadays the yoga teachers may be more in number than yoga learners themselves. Unfortunately, that is the situation it has come. And the standards have gone down and down. Of course, not all are low standard. There are some institutions which are of high standard, like Bihar School of Yoga in Mongir or other institutions. But then the emphasis is varying from location to location. And one of the important things that is missing is the spiritual dimension. In most of the yoga centers or yoga teachers, they look at it as a purely physical culture. How to look more handsome and how to look more beautiful, how to live long. That is the only objective, without the final objective of enlightenment, which is mentioned clearly in all the yoga texts. There is no yoga text, no Yoga Upanishad or no other Yoga Shastra text which doesn't talk about the objective of yoga as enlightenment, moksha.
That is that is true. That is true. After all these are adhyatmic paths of adhyatma, and I think even when we are focusing on the medical aspects or physical aspects, we should not lose sight of this ultimate goal. We should orient ourselves to that. Uh, Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Any final comments before we conclude?
Yeah, I was just going to say that there are two, three dimensions of the yoga system. One is the physical dimension and the anatomical and the therapeutic dimension that is all going together as a package. Then we have the spiritual dimension we just talked about. Then we also have the theoretical or philosophical dimension of the Yoga Shastras themselves. So, which is also missing in our modern day yoga teachers and yoga centers. So, we offered a course of yoga teachers for 6 months, covering all these aspects: practical, theoretical, philosophical, and spiritual. And then we conduct exams also through the government of state, and we deliver certificate. The government delivers certificate. So that is what our Vishwa Yoga Vidyapit does in various cities in Telangana and Andhra. So for last 20, 30 years, we have produced more than 40 batches, and more than 10,000 yoga teachers have been produced in the last 40 years. And so we are trying to do our bit. Of course, there are other institutions who are also doing this kind of a thing. Kaivalya Dham in Lonavala, and the Yoga Institute in Santa Cruz in Bombay, the Krishnamacharya Yoga Institute in Chennai, and Patabi Joyce Yoga Institute in Mysore, and BK Sayangar Yoga Institute in Pune. All these are there. I know all of them very well. I met all of them. But another important thing is they all miss out on the kriyas part. We have the yoga kriyas of cleaning the stomach, eyes, nose. To such an extent that they have maintained perfect health, perfect youth. Most of them teach only asanas and leave it at it. And even pranayama, they don't teach much. Some pranayama they may teach. But without cleaning the body with kriyas, pranayama will not work. Shatkarma nirgata sthaulya kafadosha maladika pranayamam tatak kuryat anayasena labhyate. Pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga kshayo bhavet. So the successful pranayama, which can cure all diseases, will be possible only if the body is cleaned up with the shatkarmas, cleaning nose, cleaning eyes, cleaning stomach, cleaning intestines with water. So we teach all those techniques. They are called shatkarmas or shatkriyas. In addition to the regular asanas, totally 5 subjects are there. Asanas everybody teaches. Then we have the, just now I told about kriyas. Then pranayama, I have already explained. In pranayama, we have two types: the Hatha Yoga pranayama and the Raja Yoga pranayama. The Yoga Tatwa Upanishad explained the Nadi Shodhana pranayama, which is a Raja Yoga pranayama. The Hatha Yoga pranayamas are like Bastrika, Kapalbhati, or Surya Veda, Ujjayi, Brahmari, and so on, which everybody teaches these things. Then mostly very few people teach the Kriyas we teach. And then the other thing is the Sukshma Vyayama, Yogic Sukshma Vyayama. We have one subject which was designed by Maharshi Kartikeya, who is the guru of Dhiren Brahmachari, and Maharshi Kartikeya lived for 350 years in Himalayas. And he designed this Yogic Sukshma Vyayama, which is performed in standing position. So each part of the body is improved. Shakti Vivardhana is done for all the parts of the body, eyes, ears, nose, even parts of the brain, and up to the toes. So using the mudras, bandhas, and pranayama, all in standing. Because most of the people cannot even sit down on the ground, let alone do all the asanas. So in standing itself, they can do these exercises. And this is very popular, Yogic Sukshma Vyama. I wrote a book on that. I also wrote a book on Yoga Asanas. These two are textbooks for our yoga courses. And in our 4 month Sanatana Dharma course, we cover 1 month yoga for entry level people. And we also have advanced course of Sanatana Dharma where yoga is covered 1 month and rest Sanskrit and Upanishads and about 50% of subjects I teach. Remaining 50 other scholars, other professors from other universities teach. So we have been delivering these courses. So finally, the fifth one is the meditation. So all maladies in the world today originate from 5 causes, and we have 5 solutions for those 5 causes. Stress is the one of the causes for which we have a solution as shavasana, yoga nidra, meditation techniques, om meditation, so meditation. Then we have the oxygen supply problem that is tackled through pranayama. Then we have the pesticides causing diseases in the body. We have the cleaning shatkarmas for that, and we have the pedantic lifestyle problem, sedentary lifestyle without doing anything. Sukshmayama is an all-round exercise for that. Then hormone imbalance problems, we have the asanas for it. So all possible problems of health in the modern society can be tackled by the respective solution. There are totally five problems and 5 solutions in yoga alone without medicines. So we are able to achieve success. And I've taught yoga to over 100,000 people, and all my colleagues have also been teaching. And this process goes on. So this is our activity in the Vishwa Yoga Vidyapit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for sharing about the activities of your Vidyapit, and of course, for a very wonderful session in the morning and now in the afternoon on the Yoga Tatwa Upanishad. Thank you very much. Viewers, with this, we conclude the Weekend with Wisdom. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook for announcements about our upcoming programs. Thank you. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha.